Okay everybody, so today's day is maintenance day. I've got a bunch on my schedule. I'll flash it up on the screen. It's just a screenshot of my Excel spreadsheet, and it's telling me that my 75 gallon over here is due for a water change. It tells me that my 29 gallon over here is due for a water change. It also tells me that I have, let's see, my 29 gallons due a filter cleaning, 20 long is due a filter cleaning, and my 10 gallon is they're all due a filter cleaning. So let's get after it. So we're going to start with my 75 gallon. We're going to get it going and show you what I got to do. It's really no big deal. It's quite easy. And we're going to do it. Basically, I grab my hose, run it out there to the bathroom. That's pretty much it. We got the hose. We're going to take the cover off, set it down to the side here, and we're going to grab a pump. So in this particular tank, I'm going to use a smaller pump than I do for my other tanks. So let me grab that real quick. So I got a little Vibosum pump is what it is. And we're just going to throw it in there and get it working. So things I got to do. So I have this canister filter on this tank as well. So I will turn that tank off, or that canister off. It is a CJ Well 500, which is underneath here. Let me unplug it real quick. And another thing we unplug is my Tidal series, like so. And now we can plug the pump in, and we're pumping water. Let me get my little clamp here. So basically what I do there is we're going to do a 50% water change. That's what I do monthly on my Planet tanks. And even on my big tank, it's like a 50%, but I do that every 2 weeks on the big tank. All right, so while this thing is draining, let's clean the glass. I use these little melamine sponges. I can't pronounce them, but good time to clean the glass while the water's going down. Get the algae off of there. All right, so the glass is cleaned, and we're right there about 50%, so let's kill the pump. And take the pump out of here. I'm going to put it in a 5 gallon bucket, which I've got over here. Alrighty. So I'm going to keep this pump attached to this hose, and I'll explain to you why here in just a little bit. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to drain the 29 gallon, and we're going to do it a little bit different. We're not going to do it with a pump because I have really small fish in here. I don't want to suck them up and kill them. I'm going to drain it with a hose into the bucket, and then in the bucket I'll just pump the water out. Okay, so folks, what you're going to see here is I use this little bitty hose. I just drop it in here, and I'm going to dump it into the 5 gallon pail, and then we'll pump the water out of it. So pretty simple setup, because I don't want all these babies that I got in here sucked up and whatever, so I can just kind of get the grass out of the way. And there we go. And something I forgot to do that I need to do first. Let me turn the filter off before I run it dry. As you can see, I didn't even need to re-siphon it, it just kept it siphoned. So that's pretty much it while we're draining it, and I'll get back as we get things gone. So let me show you on the bucket here. So that bucket right there is what the tank is draining into, and I still got my pump that I used to pump my 75 gallon down. As that bucket gets full, I just plug the pump in, pump the bucket out. I don't have to carry nothing. Too old for that crap. So we got a ways to go. It's a lot slower draining this way, but it's safer, so I don't lose, because I got shrimp and everything else in here, so I don't want to lose anything. So that's why I do it the way I do it. All right, folks, so we're drained down where we need to be. I pumped all the water out of the 5 gallon bucket. So let's get to hooking up my water fill design and undoing all of these real quick. Alrighty, we got the hose rolled up. So now we got our hose all rolled back up. Now it's time to get the water put back in the tanks. So I use that garden hose in my homemade setup, and basically the hose attaches to this, water pours in. We're going to do the 75 gallon first, so I'll hang it on that tank, and then this goes onto my faucet in the sink, and we go get the temperature set with my little temperature gauge here, and then we'll be ready to start filling. So real simple, you know, you just screw this baby onto your hose like so, and then we're going to hang it up on here. In the meantime, let me resituate the camera here. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to open this valve up all the way, and we're going to have my C-Chem safe handy, and we'll set it right up on top of here. And now let's go get the water on and get it up to temperature. And you see my temperature, I don't know if you can see it up there, but it's reading about 78 degrees, so that's what we want to get the water set at. In just a minute, you should see water coming out of here. There you be. Now, let's put a little bit of C-Chem safe in there. So that's pretty much it for now. Let's let her get it filled up, and then we'll come back and show you what she does. So I figure while we're waiting for the tanks to fill up, these are my Shark Pro Nanos and sponge filter out of my 20 long 3 Shark Pro Nanos. So all 3 of these are going to get cleaned today. After I get all the water put back in, then we'll clean these filters. So just showing you that we're pulling them out so we can do some maintenance, because it needs to be done. And just to show you, so these are those Aquarium Co-op Easy Flow tubes. I mean, look how that thing flows. You know, I'm using that new Higer dual port ultra quiet air pump, and it's running all my tanks now, just one air pump. And you can see what it's doing there. It's just like, it's just flowing like crazy. And my tank, you know, it's sitting, you know, still about 2 inches too low, but Let me show you that air pump if you haven't seen it. I did a review on it, and I'm telling you, this air pump right there, it's dead quiet. And it's running all my tanks in this room, every one of them. My 75, my 40 breeder, it's running my 10 gallon over there, my 5 gallon over there, my 29 gallon on top, and my 20 gallon down here. So it has plenty of power to do what we need. All right, folks, you can see we are almost at 100%. Let me raise this camera up a little bit so you can see when I get up a little bit higher, we're just going to shut the water off and then we'll go from there. So we're pretty close at this point. So I think we're good enough. So I'm just going to turn the water off here. And now what we have to do is we need to turn the filters back on. You don't want to forget to do that. That's very important. So get that filter back running. Now the CJ Whale 500 underneath. Let me get it. Hopefully I don't knock the camera while I'm trying to do this, because it's kind of a pain in the neck to get to the plug, but there we go. And so this tank is basically done. So let's swing over to the 29 and let's get it filled. Now we'll put this baby in here like so. And let's turn the water on. And let's throw some Seachem Safe in there. So that should be much better. Yeah. So let's zoom out a little bit here, because this tank don't take long to fill, which is good. So, and then once I get all of this stuff filled back up, then we'll go in there and we'll clean these sponge filters and the Shark Pro Nanos. I mean, I love those little filters. They're just awesome. I better pay attention before I flood my tank. Oh, we got a little bit of ways to go, but we're getting there. But there's a plant here. This plant normally sticks up out of the tank. So we are full. So now, shut the water off. Let me kill this camera for now, and then let me get everything rolled up, and then we'll go deal with filters. Alrighty? All right, folks, so here are the filters. So let's move these 3 Shark Pro Nanos out the way for a second. And let's clean the sponge filter. So that's one down. So let's get these Shark Pro Nanos done. And let me show you what I do with these guys. 3 tools I use. Number 1, little pair of tweezers. I pull out the, so I can, the impeller, so I can clean the thing. I have a little pipe cleaner. And just go in here and run the pipe cleaner inside there, clean that out. I don't do it every time, but probably every other time, I guess. And you just throw the, come on. There it goes. Put the impeller back. That part's done. So you have the spray bar, which these Shark Pros, they come with, you don't need to use a spray bar, but I like the spray bar. And all I do is go in here with a toothbrush, clean that piece out, Clean this piece out, run some water through it, take my pipe cleaner, go down in there, clean out whatever junk is inside there, and put that back on, mount it back to the thing pretty quickly, easily. And then here comes the nasties. These little filters do a job, I'm here to tell you. And they are adjustable. And I go in here with a toothbrush, and I go in here also with my pipe cleaner here in a little bit. We clean out these housings pretty good. I go in here with the pipe cleaner, get where I can't get with the toothbrush. That's that one. Now I'm not going to show you me cleaning all the other ones. We'll just do this one, and you'll understand. You know, these are very simple filters, but man, oh man, these CJ Shark Pro Nanos. This is the smallest one they make, I believe, and I love them. They work awesome. They really do. So once you have it all set up and put back in, literally it's just you snap the two cartridges together so you have them in line. You can twist them around if you want to. And this one just goes back, snaps together like that, and they're done. That's it. That's all you have to do for these Shark Pros. So that's it for my maintenance of the tanks for this week or so. Alrighty, enjoy.